I did this incredible trip to Fortress Lake at the very beginning of June 2024. I did this trip with Frank Broussard, Dylan Bowen, and Scott Hallam. We paddled and fished the length of the lake and then hiked out to the Chaba River. From there, we paddled the Chaba, which flows into the Athabasca, which eventually comes close to Highway 93, where we took out. The total paddling was about 50 kilometers, 40 of which we did on the last day. Fortress is a renowned lake known for its plentiful brook trout. Access into Fortress though is challenging. There are a number of options, including walking the 35 plus kilometers you have to cover to get in there, a combination of biking and hiking, walking in and paddling out, or flying. The easiest, if you can afford it, is to book a trip with the lodge that operates there. Then they'll fly you in and fly you out. Our adventure began when we got to the west end of the lake on a cold, snowy day. We set up camp in the only area that was flat and not covered in boulders. One constant about the weather here was the wind. It was definitely a really windy place. Windy and remote. Heading out for the first casts. Expectations are fairly low, actually. Unfortunately, 30 minutes into my fishing adventure, I made a rookie mistake and I waded too deep, as you can tell by the cursing. Well, it's been a really shitty start to the trip for me. The first place I went to wade, I got in over my tops of my waders and just suddenly got a whole shitload of water. And so I'm drenched, just totally drenched. And it's about 1 degree. So I'm gonna try to get out of these waders and then get some dry clothes on. This is what happens when you go underwater on the first 10 minutes of your fishing trip. Trying to dry stuff out. Well, I'm about to blow up my boat for the first time. Because I was in my tent for so long drying out, I really had no idea where the other 3 guys were. So I just paddled up the south side of the lake and I fished some of the deeper looking areas along the shore. Got one. Holy cow. At least I caught one. One brookie on a promenade. This was only a week or so after ice off, but the fish still seemed to be quite picky about what fly I was using. I eventually ran into the guys as they were heading back to camp, so I turned around and headed back with them. After we ate supper, we took advantage of the wind dying down a little and we went out fishing again. I didn't catch anything though. Heading off on day 2. So the plan for the beginning of the day was to head up the north side of the lake and fish the shoreline. Witness the insanity that is fishing on Fortress Lake in a pack raft. We'd all fashioned some sort of anchor out of rope and rocks and kind of kept us in place, but it was hard fishing out of the pack raft. But I did manage to catch a couple of fish, so that was cool. Got a fish on. Very small one. Got him. Oh, there you go. About a 15-inch brookie from Fortress Lake. This is a huge landslide that came down into the lake about 40 or 50 years ago. In the afternoon, we made our way around this huge peninsula that juts out into the lake, and we stopped there for the day. It provided some nice shelter from the wind. I'm happy I caught one. There we go. Look at the background. Oh. Buddy.
You can turn it off.
Oh, it's a nice one. Look at the size of it. It's definitely my biggest one. Yeah! Finally! Oh, that counts. He was in the net. Again. Oh, yeah. Right there. Yeah, oh, white bead. Yeah, little white. All right, Scotty.
There it is. Gonna go underwater?
Sure.
Oh, hi!
Oh, hey!
Hey!
There you are.
Is it
I've been
recording?
waiting for you all day.
Is it recording?
Yeah, is it on?
Oh,
The red light, what does that
Is
mean?
it on yet?
Stop.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, we're there. Look at that. Look out there.
The plan today was to pack up and head across the lake to Chisel Creek. This is the largest creek flowing into Fortress Lake, and it's also where the lodge is located. Heading to Chisel Creek, where if you had $8,000 Canadian, you could stay there for 5 nights. All right, the camera. Woo! surf them in. There's one. Ooh, that's 5 pounds of fish. Oh, fuck. Ooh, look at that. Double header. Fortress Lake. Ooh. Ready? Yep. Hey. That's a nice one. That's probably 19 or so.
That's like, look at that guy.
Yeah, how fat it is, yeah.
Earlier, snag.
Thought you had a monster?
Small. It took fucking, no, I could see it. Oh, that's big fish.
Yeah,
too,
that's my biggest one here. Oh, that's gotta be 5 pounds of fish. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, okay. This can get like fish too. Oh yeah!
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Well, it's about 1 o'clock. We just had some really good fishing. And now we're heading to another spot. There's a bit of a resort here. And that's it. How's the weather?
Fantastic weather.
From here, we paddle back across to the north side of the lake, which is more of an adventure than it sounds with the wind we were having. Here we are at Camp 3 for the day. So we stopped for the day at a little camping area near where Fortress Creek comes into the lake. It also provided us with some great shelter from the wind. Woohoo! Not a bad one, hey? 17, 18. So you clean it, cook it, and clean up. That is. Brook trout up there. Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful brook trout, no doubt. This day was definitely the best fishing of the trip, and also the nicest camping spot. Streamers were definitely the preferred fly, but we caught fish on leeches, blobs, and chironomids. This fish Dylan caught was probably the biggest of the trip. The last day of the trip was a big day. We had a 2-kilometer paddle to the end of the lake and then about a 1-kilometer walk to the Chisel River. From there we had about a 40-kilometer paddle to the takeout. This is where we took out and started the hike. There was a crew of 3 here that had walked and biked in the day before. By some interesting geography, the Chisel River is only about 500 meters as the crow flies from Fortress Lake. But Fortress Lake itself flows out into BC, not Alberta. It's about a 30-minute walk to the Chisel River. It was a bit of an auspicious start to the paddling, as we started by walking several hundred meters. But after that, it was all paddling, thank goodness. Right here, after about 8 kilometers of paddling, we hit a smaller stream, barely noticeable, coming into the Chisel from the south. This actually was the Athabasca River. At this point, the Sunwapta River joins the Athabasca, adding significant volume to the river, and the paddling got quite a bit more serious. There's high volume, cold, grade 3 rapids, so you definitely need to know what you're doing here. It was one of my favorite parts of the trip. Look at that view. Oh, we're at the end of the journey. Well, boys, good trip. We made it. No casualties, no swimmers, just a boat. Yeah. Yeah. I'm tired and sore. Paid $10 to bring my stuff up.
$10? Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'll say. Well, that was a pretty cool trip. We caught enough fish to make it interesting, the weather wasn't that bad, and the paddling was really fun. There's a lot of effort involved in getting to Fortress Lake, but once you're there, it's all worth it. A truly spectacular place that lives up to its reputation.